So we'll see the execution of some patterns.
सर पाइचान में ब्रैकेट्स अपने आप आ जाता है.
Yeah, they are intelligent IDEs, so they will give
Okay.
bracket. In fact, they will fill the words also.
Oh, but in Thorny it doesn't happen.
No,
That's
no.
why I
So
asked.
Thorny उतना powerful IDE नहीं है. Print. Okay. Now let us see. Can you see this? We are getting this pattern. Okay. Now, what will happen if you give end is equals to one space? So this pattern will be the same, but it will spread out a bit. देख रहे हो? Clear है? So generally, if you do not give a space, that is all right. It will still be the same, but it will be close together. Therefore, I gave space in the few patterns, but actually there should not be space. It was just for the sake of better representation, a better presentation. We gave that way. Now, you were telling me about that space one. मतलब two. Okay, so here I'll give one, just a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Sir, were you speaking all this while, sir?
Sorry, क्या बोल रहे हो?
Were you speaking all this while?
Yeah, you're not able to hear.
That time, I don't know, I had some network problem. Can you repeat, sir?
No, I just simply showed here कि if you execute this program, the pattern will come up like this. However, if you give space here, it will spread out simply. There is no other difference, but the same pattern will spread out. So actually without end is equals to space also you can generate all the pattern. Rather you should do without space only. Okay. Because space creates a difference in few patterns.
Yes, sir. While doing that till 1, 2, 3, 4 till 15, there was a difference.
That is also a problem. Yeah. वो उसको छोड़ दो अभी टेल और एंड वो लास्ट का फ्यू लाइंस दिखाएगा योर कोड का डोंट वरी अबाउट इट तेजस Here we'll generate a loop for space. Let me give a value of k is equals to or no, not anything. K's first value should be equal to the number of spaces you need to print first time. So here it is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces are there the first time. 4 spaces will be printed by this. एक मिनट रुको, कुछ गड़बड़ किया है मैंने. Here this end is not there. Because you don't have to change line after printing spaces. You have to print the row also in the same line. Or
Sir, it should be 1 to k plus 1.
So
For x in range 1 to k plus 1.
1 comma k plus 1.
Right. I'm doing some mistake somewhere. Wait.
Sir, there you do not put end is equal to.
Sir, k minus 1, sir. Last line, 17th line.
Oh. No, correct. Are k ka value every time it will decrease now.
And then, sir, in for loop for x.
Why end? Because 4k, देखो. It is printing vertical. Okay. Let me see where I am going wrong.
Sir, n should be there, right?
Here end.
Yes, sir.
Why will you need end?
सर आप ही ने पहले वाले प्रोग्राम में दिया था. आपने पहले वाले प्रोग्राम में एंड लिखा था सर.
Where have
आपने
you?
पहले ही लिखा था.
I have not written end anywhere.
In the board.
In the
we have
board,
written end, sir.
Okay, in the board I had written. Okay. Just correct. यहाँ end होना चाहिए क्योंकि else what was happening is after printing it, it was changing the line. We have to continue in the same line, right? So देखो, first time here 4 spaces will be printed and then first row will be generated using only one. Then next time 3 spaces will be generated because k's value has been decreased by 1 after generating one row. So 3 spaces will be generated, then 1, 2. Then 2 spaces will be generated, then 1, 2, 3. 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then no space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But in the same program, if you spread it out, that means if you do this way, then 1 space, 1 space, 2 space, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, then it will spread like in the form of a triangle. Rather, इसको pyramid shape बोलते हैं, ठीक है? This is called a pyramid. One of the famous types of questions. So you can have pyramid of different ways. देख लो, ठीक है? So only difference is when you are in this previous program, if you do not give space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will come sticking to each other. But in the space loop, if you give a space here, then a new pattern will be there, and if you do not give a space here, then no same pattern will be there. So when there is nothing like spaces involvement, then you may or you may not give a space with J. But when you have a space manipulation in the program, then you should be very careful when you are giving space there or space not there, because that will entirely change the program. Okay. Clear? Huh? The execution?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. What? One more thing can be done is like, let us try that जो पृथ्वीराज suggest कर रहा था. What Prithviraj was suggesting is, why not use replication to generate spaces? Let us try that. Space multiplied by k every time. Space is also a string within double quotes, and then I won't change line.
Sir, loop is the advanced form of replication, no, sir?
Replication has got only limited uses. Yes, in a way it is, you are correct, but replication only works with the strings, okay, for repeating the strings. But loop can do many things. Loop can do more than one type of activity within its body. Okay. So you can say, in a way, very remotely, I will say yes, but overall देखोगे तो नहीं. Loop is far more powerful than replication. Yeah, it is working the same way. So either you use this form or use replication. देखो, you have to generate 5 spaces, then 4 spaces, then 3 spaces. So k's value is decreasing every time by 1. So before printing each row, you are generating 5 space without changing line, because end is suppressed. You have generating, the next time k will be 4 spaces before second for first time 4 spaces before first row, then second time 3 spaces before second row, then 2 spaces, then 1 spaces, then 0 space. Okay, correct? Is it fine? He suggested, so that is correct. कुछ उसका लॉजिक मैंने यूज किया. So either you do this or do this. So I'll just comment it. This can also be used, and I'll uncomment this. Okay. Is it clear now? But again, I will say, be very careful when you are giving space, not giving spaces. I'll write it as 2 separate programs. Sorry. 3. Okay, see, the space is making a lot of different from sort of reverse pyramid, reverse triangle to the pyramid form with only introduction of 1 space. Right? Shall we see another example? So the space in J. and space after print will also give where Ankit कुछ बोल रहे थे कि अच्छा नहीं I was seeing the previous comments. Okay, fine. So k value अच्छा ठीक है. Now we'll see few other patterns. अच्छा ये बन गया है तो बताओ क्या ये बन पाएगा 19? How can we solve 19? Nineteen is something like 1 2 3 4 5 ठीक है. So it is 1 2 3 4 5. Then you have 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 and 1. So you will see here spaces जहां जहां आ रहा है मैं अंडरलाइन कर रहा हूं 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space. First time 0 space. तो क्या होगा दिस पैटर्न इज पहले इसको पैटर्न को सेपरेटली लिख लेते हैं विदाउट स्पेस व्हाट विल बी द पैटर्न पैटर्न without space it will be 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 and 1. ये क्या बनेगा okay what is the value is the initial value of j same or the last value
Initial, sir.
initial value then it is going in incremental order
I plus
so
1.
next will be I plus 1 step will be plus 1 okay j will be
End value of I 1.
end value will be 5 first time it is going till 5 so starting value of I will be 5 end value will be 1 तो 1 की जगह 0 होगा because you are going in reverse order and step will be minus 1 okay now assuming this as the pattern what will be your program okay your program will be something like this for I in a range not 1 5 to 0 minus 1 some space I am leaving for the space loop for j in range 1 to I plus 1 we will be printing j and end is equals to will be suppressed without space because if you give a space it will spread like pyramid okay this will be sort of inverted pyramid याद रखना space दे दोगे तो right now space के लिए क्या है what is the value of good that is the 1 1 2 3 वही तो लिखा था ठीक है now here first time how many spaces are there
0
0 so we'll start with 0 for x in range 1 to k plus 1 print k comma end is equals to nothing. K is equals to k plus 1. Okay, the first time zero loop should not run. The first time the value will be 1 to 1, loop will not run, because 1 to 2 hoga tabhi na loop at least one times it will run. Then second time k will be 1, so it will run from 1 to 2. So second time one space will be generated. Okay, let us see this program. ठीक है, अगर सिर्फ ये प्रोग्राम चलाओगे तो it will come like this, but with the space it is there. First time 0 space, second time 1 space. So first time we'll run a loop 0 times. Initial value of k is 0, so 0 say 1 to 1 loop means a 0 time loop will run. Let's see first. ठीक है, fine. Now what will happen if you
Sir,
increase
should
one
we give
space?
space while writing, sir? In
हाँ,
exam. In exam, should we give space?
मतलब space दो या ना दो, whatever is my pattern, it should match. देखो, if you give space here, it will turn into inverted pyramid. So question देखना कि question is inverted pyramid or question is normal.
Sir, space everywhere will also give the same one.
Where are everywhere space?
Means there also.
Here also. Here also. Let us check. हाँ, ठीक है, तो अब दोनों जगह स्पेस दे दोगे तो ठीक है. That is fine. ठीक. So let's not confuse yourself too much. If you do not give space anywhere, then your same pattern. If you give space while printing the J loop, then it will be pyramid. ठीक है. I'll write a comment. Correct. So is this clear how to generate patterns of the form 18 and 19?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So what remains is 24
And 25.
and 25. 24 तो बहुत सिंपल है. Can you solve this pattern? If I give you a question, you have to solve uh, ये पैटर्न बनेगा? Can you
Yes,
solve
sir.
this?
This was the first pattern which you taught, sir.
हाँ, जो हम लोग पहला से स्टार्ट किए थे, ठीक है? बोथ I and J will be independent of each other. अगर ये पैटर्न तुम्हें बनाना है, if you have to do this pattern, what you are going to do is each row will be generated how? देखो, how many rows you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fine.
Now, for generating one single row, what you will do? Every time it will print 5 times. ठीक है? Both are independent of each other, no intermixing. Okay. Clear? Now, अब यहां पे देखो, what is your final pattern? कुछ आइडिया लग रहा है? For row number 1 and row number 5, if I is 1 or I is 5, then generate everything. If I is equals to 1 or I is equals to 5, ठीक है? कब कब तुम्हें स्टार प्रिंट करना है? यू हैव टू प्रिंट स्टार इफ I is 1 or I is 5. ठीक है? For all such cases you will be printing elif. ठीक है? अगर I 1 है या 5 है, elif J is equals to, or not elif, you can write else. Else नहीं, else नहीं, elif ही होगा. Elif J is equals to 1 or J is equals to 5, then also you will print. ठीक है, और किसी केस में तुम्हें प्रिंट नहीं करना है। ठीक है, देखो
Sir, can I execute this and show?
लेट अस चेक। देखो पैटर्न बोर्ड में नहीं आएगा, इट्स जस्ट फॉर योर मेंटल एक्सरसाइज, दैट्स इट। which question is it? Oh, question 24. Let us see. Oh, wait. Space भी आएगा ना?
Else.
Space. Correct. So we have to manage the spaces as well. Else. And space. ठीक है, देखो, here try to understand the concept. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. This is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay, in all this middle, you have blank spaces. ठीक है, राइट? तो अब देखो क्या है, कहां कहां तुम्हें प्रिंट करना है, at which all places you have to print. If जब तुम्हारा रो नंबर इज 1 और रो नंबर इज 5, irrespective of whatever value of j it is, you have to print for sure, because in row 1 and row 5 everywhere you have to print. So if when you are in j, ठीक है, यहां पे तो j में हर केस में प्रिंट हो रहा है in this pattern, but what where you have you have to print space and not this one, that you have to determine. यहां पे मैं करेक्ट कर देता हूं solution. It's blank space. देखो, So here what we are determining is where you have to print j, or where you have to print hash, or where you have to print space. In this, we are determining where to print hash and where to print blank space. Okay, so you can see here when row number is row number is 1 and row number is 5, you have to print hash. So if this fails, then you will check. See, whenever it is in J, it will check am I printing for row number 1 or row number 5. If the value of I is 1 or 5, it will print always whenever J it enters J. If row number is not 1 or row number is not 5, then it will check is the value of j equals to 1 or value of j equals to 5. So whenever the value of j, that is the number of the value placement of column, if it is 1 or if it is 5, then you will print hash. Else, everywhere else, you will print blank space. ये concept देखो समझ में आया? For row number 1 and row number 5, you have to print every time wherever printing is being done in J, a pound sign or hash will be printed. If that is not the case, then you will check whether the value of the column number is 1 or column number is 5. If it is so, then you will print hash or the pound sign. Okay? And even if both the cases are not correct, then everywhere else, wherever printing for J is required, you will print what? Space. That is all other places. ठीक है? Is it clear? Others देख के बताओ. Girls also. Abhay is there. Abhay आ जाया है.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you understanding? Okay, ठीक है. भरत तो आज नहीं है लगता. अच्छा, Bharat is there. Today is very quiet. Anyways, so shall we proceed? एक और एग्जांपल देखोगे क्या? क्या हुआ अंकित? What you are sending? ठीक है, एक और एग्जांपल ट्राई करो अंकित. I don't know what you are sending. You just write one text also so that I will understand. Meanwhile, can you do this? Something like, मान लो एग्जाम में आ गया तो I'll give you two patterns. One is like this. What about 25 and 26? So I had given you a hint. It's not j, it's j factorial. Exclamation mark है सब जगह.
Replace the last
Yes, sir, by exclamation.
यहाँ
exclamation.
पे जहाँ hash है वहाँ पे what you will give? At the rate.
symbol.
And wherever you are getting space, you will give
Else exclamatory.
exclamation mark. Correct.
Yes.
इसी का other form क्या हो जाएगा? If you interchange hash with space and space with hash, क्या हो जाएगा? Only this form, inner square, will be generated.
Clean to true.
And outer will be spaces. समझ रहे हो how patterns can be manipulated? Okay. तो उसको ट्राई करना. Yes,
Sir, could you please repeat what you said?
what I said is it clear कि in this program if I replace a hash with @ and a space with exclamation mark, you will get this pattern, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is what I was saying is if you replace here hash, now this is the second scenario, hash with space, all the hashes here, space, and here if you give this one, then what will be generated? Inner square, inner grid will be generated, outer will be nothing. Okay, for example, in this case, if I generate this way, देख रहे हो ये आउटर जो बाउंड्री है वो स्पेस का है, दैट इज नॉट विजिबल. ठीक है, जस्ट गिविंग यू आइडियाज. ये क्वेश्चन तो नहीं आना चाहिए बिकॉज वो लोग ये सब पता ही नहीं चला बाहर स्पेस था. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू 25 and 26.
Sir, tomorrow, sir.
I'll not solve. I'll just give you an idea and then we'll wrap up. Okay. Too tired with patterns. चलो पैटर्न और नहीं देखेंगे. I'll just give you an idea. S is, let's say, your string. Okay, and then you have this way. So what you will see is no space, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space. ठीक है, तो S of I प्रिंट कर देना वेयर इन स्पेस का भी चल रहा है. देख लो कुछ करके.
Again K, no sir? K as
Huh?
K as
Yeah.
available.
Here only K loop will run space का, and then after printing spaces then you will simply print S of I. Okay, for row number 1 only first one, row number 2 only second one, second character, row number 3 only third character, row number 4 only 4 character, row number 5 only 5 character. But printing that, before printing that character you will generate 0 space, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, like that. Okay, that you can try. And last one is nothing but वो इसका है 1 factorial, the pattern is 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. Yeah, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial. ठीक है, ट्राई करना. Okay, so that is your last question. ठीक है, we are done with patterns. इतने तरह के patterns को if you can sit with the questions and you can solve it, then trust me, till your graduation you will be comfortable like anything. ठीक है, so we have done enough practice. With this we have completed. अब थोड़ा सा आसान टॉपिक देखेंगे. चलो ठीक है.
सर और कितना बचा हुआ है हाफ ईयरली पोर्शंस के लिए खत्म करने के लिए?
हाफ ईयरली पोर्शंस के लिए 2 to 3 क्लासेस और. अब देखो, देयर इज नो कंसेप्चुअल थिंग. अब विल बी लर्निंग समथिंग व्हिच विल हैव टू मेमोराइज, नॉट एग्जैक्टली मेमोराइज, पर हाँ समझ के मेमोराइज करना पड़ेगा. व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फंक्शंस ऑफ मेथड्स एसोसिएटेड विद द स्ट्रिंग. अभी तक तो हमने अपेंड देखा है. वी हैव सीन व्हाट यू से इज अपेंड है. हाँ, एक मैंने बताया होगा इंसर्ट. नाउ देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स. स्प्लिट है, तो एस लेफ्ट स्ट्रिप, लेफ्ट एल ट्रिम, आर ट्रिम है. तो वो सब चीज देखेंगे. कुछ फंक्शंस है वो एसोसिएटेड विद स्ट्रिंग्स है. दैट यू हैव टू मेमोराइज, जस्ट अ मैटर ऑफ 1 or 2 क्लासेस. ठीक है, चलो. व्हाट आई विल डू इज, ओके, वेट